So we've got a little ant freeway going on here. Oh, yep, she wants us to turn left right there. Yep, turn left. So we're turning back. Well, we've certainly managed to jag an absolute cracker of a spot. Menindee Lakes. It's what, an hour and 20 minutes out of Broken Hill. And we've got an awesome spot here, right on the edge of the lake. Which they tell me has got Murray cod, silver and golden perch in it. So I might have a crack a bit later or tomorrow. So she's definitely a little bit of a different day today than yesterday, that's for sure. A little bit of a wind blowing, a few waves in the lake. So I think we were really lucky yesterday because it has been a bit lowy in Broken Hill for the last few days. And we just got a lull in the wind yesterday, maybe change direction. We had a crack of the day yesterday, awesome sunset, and now the wind's picked up. So we're having an inside day today. Sarah's ATOing it. I'm just trying to do some editing, having absolutely no luck. The wind is still howling outside. So we're just in here getting some stuff done. So we'll have some omelettes for lunch. Yum yum. We're going to unhook the car and go for a bit of a drive down to the weir and have a look and see what's going on there. And I've got all the maps out everywhere. We've got a bit of a mess going. We'll clean that up shortly. Trying to get some maps, see where we're going to go. So anyway, have some lunch. Look at that. So we've just dropped in at Broken Hill again. Just a quick pit stop on the way, get some supplies, do some laundry, fill up with water. So we're going to head out to Tibooburra and stop out at Packsaddle. But we've decided to go to Mutawintji National Park instead. So Sarah was looking through the Broken Hill Visitors little guide and looks pretty good out there. Campground Creek I just booked with National Parks, which was pretty painless, not too bad. So there's a lot of Aboriginal historical sites out there and Aboriginal rock carvings, and they've got a thing called the Heritage Tour, which I just went to book, but unfortunately it's been suspended for 2024. So can't do the Heritage Tour unfortunately, but we'll give the old Campground Creek a bit of a crack tonight, see how it is, and maybe walk around the park tomorrow and we might be able to stumble across some Aboriginal art or rock carvings or something ourselves, so we'll see how we go. So one of the reasons we're in Broken Hill is to visit this joint. So what happens when you're on the road for a little while, you got to wash all your clothes. So the old laundromat, the good thing is with these ones though, is they're big heavy duty industrial machines. So it's like 25 minutes for washing and 15 minutes for drying and we'll be done. Ready to get on the road. Here we go, let's have a look and see how accurate the old Mr. HX2 is. The Google Maps is saying 30 k's, turn left. This is saying in 90 metres, 60, 38, 12. Oh, yep, she wants us to turn left right there. Yep, turn left. That's a good spot to turn.
Straight into the trees.
Yeah, straight into the trees. So if you want to get lost and potentially die, follow Hema HX2. She's a ripper. Alright, now we're on a nice little narrow red dirt road.
Could be turning around. Who knows?
We could be turning around. If we're turning around, we'll end up being camped on the side of the road here somewhere for the night. Because otherwise, we'll be getting back there at dark. No shortage of firewood. So, we're turning back. Google Maps has led us astray as well. So everything piece of rubbish. We're actually in people's property here. It's a little pastoral, what's it called? Mulgawara
And
Mulgawara
Landra
pasture.
The other side.
And Willandra's up the other side up there, so we've got to turn around, head back out to the highway and go back to another entrance into the national park. Perfect.
But I picked the right time to drive with all the gates.
Yeah, well, there's only 2 gates, but never mind, didn't say that was private property. Anyway, we're heading back. Well, we have some good news. We finally can see some hills in the distance. So even though the sign said we were going in the right direction, it was like, well, she's pretty flat for gorges, but there is some hills up in the distance up there. So
And what does the HEMA say?
Oh, the HEMA?
Yeah.
Yeah, the HEMA says in 600 metres do a U-turn. Yeah, perfect. We've got a T intersection here, and it's going to tell us to go to the national park.
Right.
Up to the right to the national park. Is it or is it not? And I bet you the left is going to say Broken Hill like 15 minutes, and we've been going for like 4 hours. No, White Cliffs. 10 Ks, you beauty.
Yeah.
The Mutawintji National Park. Perfect. So we made it. Finally got here. Bit hectic trying to get here, but anyway, it was a bit of fun, bit of an adventure. Old Google Maps and HEMA Maps took us on a bump steer. So we're just in the camp area here, and there's a helicopter going in the background. Apparently they are doing some mustering of all the wild goats around the place. So I'm not sure if it's through the national parks or if it's private. I've got no idea. But anyway, he's just about to take off again. So this is the Homestead Campground, and it's actually a really good little campground. Old National Parks and Wildlife, I've changed my mind about National Parks and Wildlife. They're actually doing a really good job. This is an awesome little campground. Holds about 50 vans or tents or campers or whatever. There's 50 sites. They've got barbecues in here. I'm not sure if they're electric or gas, but go and have a look at those. They've got fire pits, nice fire pit with cookers on them. The toilet block's really nice. Showers. They do have water here, but it's bore water, so you can wash up and things like that, but you can't drink. So you've got to bring your own water, be all self-sufficient. That's quite a nice little place. It's down a little flat in between the hills and stuff, so it's pretty protected. But there's a gazillion flies around, and we're in August, so I would hate to imagine what this place is like in summer. There would be flies just absolutely everywhere. So this depicts a story about Uncle George. And the story is that Uncle George and his nephews went out looking for emus, and one of the nephews climbed up the big gum tree, saw the emus, so Uncle set his trap, and the boys chased the emus into the trap, and then the uncle speared the emus. They took them back to camp, cleaned them up and cooked them. Then when they pulled the emus out, the boys wanted some of the emus, and the greedy uncle said, "No way, rack off, go away, you're not getting any." So they went out the next day to look for some more, and one of the nephews that climbed up the tree said he felt a bit sick, so he had to get the uncle to go up there. And he saw some grub holes in the tree, and the nephew started blowing into the tree with the grub holes, so the tree grew higher and higher and higher. And when it got right up in the air, the nephew told his uncle to hang on and hold the moon. So he was holding the moon, and then he blew and blew again until the tree shrunk and left his uncle stranded up on the moon. So that's the story of greedy Uncle George. So we're off on our little walk Gee, look at those rock formations over there. There's some great rock formations here. Awesome. Look at those up there.
Caves up there on the left.
Up there, oh yeah. Yeah, some little caves. So very significant, this little national park. And the national park here is actually owned by the local Indigenous people. And in partnership, is it, with National Park?
Managed in partnership.
Oh, managed in partnership, but it's been given back to the local Indigenous people, hasn't it?
Yeah,
so
under land titles.
This area, some of the stuff that they used to do here dates back over 8,000 years. Apparently very significant in the area. All the tribes from the area used to come have ceremonies and meetings and things and find a spouse. So it's a very historical, significant site, which is amazing. We had no idea. We just found a little brochure in the information centre. Sarah talked me in a couple of years ago into dropping into all the information centres. I was never a real big fan, but I am now, because that's where you get all your information about what's going on and what's around. And look at some of this rock formation up here. This is just awesome. So we've just come up the track a little way, and here we have our rock art. This is the first actual rock art that I've ever seen. And I'm not sure how far it dates back, but we've got up there we've got the tally marks. And the tally marks a way of recording number of significant occurrences or events. And then we've got the clever man stick to beat the bad spirits out of the sick. And we've got the hands up there too. Not sure if you can see the hands.
Some hands over on the left as well.
Yep, there's some hands up over in there too. So they've survived quite a while.
And the map-looking thing is called a grunki mark, and it symbolises a spiritually significant area. It was probably done by the clever man.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So I've just read on this little plaque here, William Wright. William Wright, who was the manager of Kinchega Station at Menindee, was signed on as the leader of the support group for the ill-fated Burke and Wills expedition of 1860. Wright visited Mutawintji in 1859 and in 1962, leaving his mark here in the blue triangles. So the LX2 is 1862. But one of the fascinating things and sad things is old mate has actually put it up inside some of this
Remarking for spiritual
artwork
significance.
here, the rock art. Some nice rock art. Not sure what it is because the sign's worn out. We've got those there. So just cruising along the gorge walk, and Sarah just made a very good comment, which I sort of commented yesterday too. We're just running along the edge of this little creek, very dry creek, but it's bizarre that like this, out in the middle of this bush like this and rocks, it's literally just like beach sand. It is, it's just beach sand, except it's not salty. This beach sand in this little creek bed. Wonder how it gets like that, eh? No idea. have to check it out. Have to ask Dr. Google. So just on the gorge walk, and we didn't know there was any rock art, and this one actually isn't barricaded off or anything, so I missed it. Sarah saw it, she pointed it out to me, otherwise I would have been oblivious. So it's just hands.
There's an etching there.
Oh yeah, that's a little sculpture of some sort that they've been carving in there, and then there's some more
There's hands
up
everywhere.
in there. Yeah, there is. There's heaps of hands. I wonder how old they are. No idea how old these things are. Very cool. So that just about wraps it up for Mutawintji National Park. It's a great little spot, thoroughly enjoyed it. Very pleasantly surprised yet again. So definitely if you're out this way, I'd drop in and have a look. Some of the rock art is pretty good. It's a bit of a bummer that they've closed down the heritage tour because it's in sacred land and you can't go in there. And apparently, and from some of the brochures and stuff, the rock art in there is absolutely spectacular. But anyway, hopefully they open it up again soon. But in the meantime, you just enjoy the walks, the gorges, and some of the rock art that's around, some of the sculptures and rock paintings and things like that. Not sculptures, they're the engravings, that's what they are. So no, definitely enjoyed it. I'd be out here for sure. And look, they have VB as well. Happy days. Mutawintji didn't have any fuel. Well, here's the Bowser, but she is broken.